If you still don't know about this, you and your dog are missing out. Visit dogmamoose.com and join the movement now. Be our premium member today with 14 days trial. And enjoy the perks. Dog Mom News, your access point to dog tips, trends, and more.
Okay, we told you about our next photo contest announcement. Well, we want you to start getting creative here because Saturday, May 13th is National Dog Moms Day. So we want not only your favorite photo with your dog, but your favorite video as well. We want you to show us how your dog shows you love and affection and gratitude for being the best. So you can go ahead and go to dogmomnews.com/contest to learn all about the rules, all about how to upload your video. But we really, really want you to get involved, because if you're a winner, you get some spending money, okay? You get to go and get your dog some cute treats or treat yourself. So you got to do it. Just go online, dogmomnews.com/contests, and learn all about it. Dog Mom News is a digital platform where we highlight the unique relationships between dogs and dog moms. There's so much to talk about and so much to explore. Now, with Dog Mom News Live and in our show, we're going to be talking about a variety of topics, and you're going to be hearing from expert canine professionals, females in their industry who are doing amazing things. We're going to talk about topics of interest that some are serious and some are funny, but we're going to talk about dog health and viral dog videos and memes and posts from social media. So that's, of course, the fun, but we're also going to get really practical, and we're going to share training tips with you. And we're going to share, how you can work on your dog's nutrition. We're going to look at competitive sports and grooming, and we're going to hear from dog moms with huge hearts who are doing great things in their community and a lot of nonprofit work. Now, we want to make sure that you get involved in the movement. Of course, go to dogmomnews.com to learn more about what we're doing and to get involved. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Dog Mom News Live. I'm Corrina Sullivan. Thank you so much for joining us. Did you have an awesome National Dog Moms Day? I hope so, because if someone hasn't told you today, you are awesome and you deserve it. And because you deserve it, we're going to give you an amazing show today. We have an incredible lineup, and I can't wait to tell you all about it. Now, in case you're watching for the first time, you may be wondering, what is Dog Mom News? Well, Dog Mom News is a media platform dedicated to highlighting the unique relationships between dogs and their dog moms. Dog Mom News Live is a weekly live stream digital simulcast where we talk with experts who are females in the canine world who know all about the topics that matter to you, like preventative health and grooming and training. And these women have a wealth of knowledge that they want to share with you because we want to give you the best possible life with your pups. And it's amazing. We cover a wide variety of topics from serious news to the more lighthearted news with memes and videos. And we have lots of laugh out loud moments. We want to invite you to go to dogmomnews.com so that you can join the movement because so many fantastic things are happening. We also want to ask you to do us a favor. If you are watching on YouTube, go ahead, like and subscribe and ring the bell so you can be among the first to know when we put new and helpful content out there. So you'll want to be sure to do that. Also, like and comment on this video so that we get more traction and we get to continue growing, because that's what this is all about, building a community and getting traction out there and inviting others in to all of the incredible things that are happening with Dog Mom News. Well, as I mentioned, we have an exciting show in store for you. We are going to visit with the amazing Jean Donaldson. She is CEO of the Academy for Dog Trainers. We will also be talking with the lovely Janet Marlow from the Pet Acoustics. She is the CEO of Pet Acoustics, and she's also a sound behaviorist. And she has an incredible amount of knowledge to share with you about the healing powers of sound. So we can't wait to talk with both of them. And be sure to stay tuned, everyone, because we are going to announce the big winners of our photo and video contest for National Dog Moms Day. So you'll want to be sure to watch through the end so you can see some of these really cute videos and pictures. And you never know, you might be that lucky winner. There are a couple of them, and who doesn't love to win? Okay, so we're going to begin today like we always do from the news desk with our doggy headline segment. Let's go. First up, get your tissues ready. In Buenos Aires, Argentina, a compassionate, kind woman named Pia discovered a severely neglected dog abandoned on Christmas weekend. Now, despite the dog's fragile state and broken spirit, Pia refused to give up. For 48 hours, she tirelessly cared for him, encouraging his will to live. On Christmas Day, the dog's renewed desire to survive brought hope. Pia, both determined and loving, named him Hercules and became his devoted mom. Today, Hercules thrives, a testament to Pia's unwavering dedication. Look at her beautiful smile. And of course, her belief in his recovery. Fantastic job, Pia. Thank you for not giving up on Hercules, and we wish you the best possible life together. Next, a believer in healing hugs reaches out to a fleeing stray. Hope for Paws received a call about a homeless dog elusive to capture. Rescuers Eldad and Loretta tried coaxing him, but he remained fearful. Learning about the dog's nightly resting spot, listen to this. They made a risky move at dusk. With the backyard gate closed, they cornered Nile, that's the scared pup hiding among the belongings. And despite resistance, Loretta secured Nile with a gentle snare. We send our gratitude to Hope for Paws for their tireless efforts that indeed, as we can see, have paid off. And now a story of healing and love. A rescued dog with cigarette burns receives his first act of kindness. Finn, one of the 36 rescued dogs, endured severe abuse and neglect, evident by both his burns and emaciated state. Initially depressed and distant, Finn gradually revealed his silly personality through love and patience. It took 2 weeks for him to feel comfortable in his new home, where he received medical care and a cozy space to heal. Through walks and bonding, Finn actually transformed into a playful and clumsy clown who cherishes his rescue sisters. And Finn now enjoys a life of love and luxury with his wonderful, devoted family. What a heartwarming story. A panicked dog being hailed a hero after begging his mom to follow him and rescue her struggling baby. Listen to this. Adopted from a shelter, Duke became the beloved companion of the Brousseau family. Now, he showed immense protectiveness after the birth of their daughter, Harper. One night, Duke's frantic behavior led his parents to discover that Harper had actually stopped breathing. Now, quick action saved her life. The family considers Duke a hero, though he remains pretty unaware of his actions. Their gratitude is inspiring others to adopt rescue dogs, highlighting their bravery and their loyalty. And reuniting almost 5 years. That's a long time to be apart from one another. A family experienced an emotional reunion with their chocolate lab here, Chucky. The Humane Society of the United States discovered Chucky during a raid on a hoarded property in Ohio. Through microchip scanning, they connected Chucky with his Indiana family who had been searching for him. Can you imagine the joy? The Humane Society's efforts not only rescued 166 pets, but also facilitated a heartwarming reunion for as many of those pets as possible. And we are just so thrilled to see this. And we are so thankful for your love and your dedication to animals and their families. And those are your doggy news stories for the week of May 18th, 2023. If you happen to be on the internet or on social media and you see a story that you think we should highlight on the show, we want to hear from you. Tag us at Dog Mom News. And now it's time to welcome our first guest in a segment we call Bark in the Park. Jean Donaldson is a dog mom. She is a master trainer and she's the owner of the Academy for Dog Trainers. She has contributed so much to her field over the course of her career, and we are delighted to have Jean with us today from San Francisco, California. Jean, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So, Jean, there is so much territory to cover with you today. We are so thrilled, but we'll start with an important first question. Where did your love for dogs come from?
I'm pretty convinced that I was born this way. Ever since I can remember, I've been fascinated by dogs. There was clearly somebody in there. And I always wanted to sort of have a dog, always wanted to be around dogs, always wanted to watch them. So I think I was just born a dog mom.
Oh, that is so, so sweet. And, you know, you had this passion for animals and for dogs in particular, because we know once we fall in love and once we know that love, that's kind of it. But you also have a love and passion for music, I understand. So how did you make this transition from music to dog training and training trainers?
Well, when I was in college, I was a music major,
Okay.
but was also at that time competing in dog sports and had a couple of dogs, and sort of was kind of doing both. And as time went on, I took more and more college courses to do with animal learning, to do with behavior, and ended up sort of, at the crossroads. So in 1990, I wasn't sure if I was going to, continue in dogs. Maybe I was going to be a writer. Maybe I was going to, go into animal advocacy. Maybe I was going to stay in music. I wasn't sure what I was going to do or stay in school. And then I had sort of like a serious illness. I had like a complicated appendectomy. And then I was in hospital. So I was in hospital for 5 weeks. And those experiences, rotten as they are, they can be very clarifying. And it became clear to me that if I lived, I was going to do dogs. I was going to go into dogs. I was going to go into behavior, and I did. And that was sort of like a real pivotal point. And I ended up going into dogs and deciding I was going to devote my life to helping dogs, and that's what I did.
Wow, what an inspiring story. You are so right. Life is too short. So let's do what we love and love what we do. And you are doing that. And I'm so thrilled for you, Jean. You mentioned that you were thinking about writing too. And I know that you actually published your first book in 1996. So, how did that experience affect your career path?
Well, I think that it was probably something that put me a little bit more on the radar. When I wrote it, I had no conception that it would ever even be published. But when it was, I ended up with sort of more educational opportunities. And I began to think about the idea sort of at the back of my mind that there really was not a career path for dog trainers. Like so many people, I had pieced it together. I had done college courses. I had done dog sports, going to seminars, trial and error, sort of with clients, with classes. But there really wasn't sort of a way to become a dog trainer the way there is to become a doctor or a plumber or a nurse or so many other things. And then, so a few years after that first book, I got the opportunity in 1999 to go to San Francisco. I'm from Canada, and start the Academy for Dog Trainers. So I spent some many months sort of working on the curriculum, and that was sort of how I was able to transition from only doing classes and cases to actually helping dog trainers to fulfill their career dreams of becoming a trainer.
I love that. So you recognized a pain point and then you said, okay, I can do something about this. And then you actually did it. So explain to us the structure and the curriculum at the Academy for Dog Trainers. How is everything set up?
So originally, we worked for 10 years with a 6-week kind of full-time curriculum. And then when I left the SPCA, I had a year and a half to sort of reinvent the curriculum into the format that it is now. And the way it is now is it's 2-year curriculum, and it is a 2-year part-time curriculum, which is done entirely online. And one of the advantages of that is that it has allowed for some expansion of the content. It's allowed for people also to kind of marinate in the concepts, to learn something, go away, come at it from different directions, think about it, come up with questions, and then also supervised practice. So because we're not trying to pack everything into a 6-week period, when people start going out in the world and doing classes and taking cases, we can oversee their practice, kind of like when you're a physician, you first do medical school, but then you do supervised practice in the form of residency and internships.
Oh, that's fantastic. And that support, honestly, is invaluable through the process.
It is.
So you mentioned technology and things online, and technology is changing rapidly. I mean, it seems like almost by the second. How has technology changed or impacted the dog training industry since you first started? You've watched so much change.
It's just enormous. I mean, the internet has been the single biggest change. And one thing that we found was that originally in the original curriculum, we were coaching students at their actual hands-on technique. We were coaching them live on shelter dogs. And when we converted to an online format, we then started to do that via video. So students will upload a video of themselves training. We'll then give them written feedback. And then the student can look at that and see, okay, at 3 minutes and 57 seconds, you did this, or the dog did this, and we would like this, or this was great, or this was something you need to work on. And then they could resubmit another video. And it turned out to be rather a pleasant surprise that this was a very good way to coach students. The other thing I've seen in the profession as a whole was when the pandemic hit a few years ago, a lot of people who were doing primarily live training with cases, consulting, and with classes, they had to kind of reinvent themselves and figure out how to get that job accomplished by using Zoom and by using the internet. And it turns out now that people are returning to more normal life, that a lot of those trainers are keeping some of their online offerings. So it turns out now that somebody, if they're in a geographic location where there isn't anybody who's well trained, because dog training is not regulated,
Yeah.
and if there's nobody competent in their immediate location, they can still get very good expert help by somebody in an online format. And that's been something that's actually been kind of a gift from the pandemic.
Oh, for sure. And it's good to hear the positive uses of technology and how technology can actually serve us as well. Not to mention the resiliency of dog trainers and folks like you during a hard time in the pandemic, those amazing lessons that came out of it. Now, you did mention something just a moment ago, and I know that you can really share helpful information with us, that the dog training is not really a regulated industry. So what are some of the concerns that you have? Can you touch on that for us?
Yes, consumers need to be aware that it is kind of the Wild West out there. So in the United States, there is literally no regulation of dog training, unlike for somebody who might do your manicure or somebody who is a contractor working on your house. There's no minimum education, there's no licensing, there's no oversight. There are optional certifications. So people can elect to get a good education and get themselves certified as a trainer, but it is not mandatory to do so. And so when somebody who's they might be a very devoted dog mom and they might live with their dog, they might go on the internet or contact a local trainer, and they might get somebody who's very humane, very well trained, and very versed in how to help them. Or they may get somebody who's literally hung out a shingle and knows nothing, or is inhumane, or both.
Wow.
And so it's really important that for consumer protection purposes, we encourage people to kind of have a buyer beware mentality, to be a critical consumer and to look carefully at the information that dog trainers provide about themselves and their services. We want them to look for language that suggests, first of all, that they've had an education. Second, that they're certified by some independent body, and that they use a no-force training method. So beware of kind of murky language about how the dog is going to be motivated, murky language suggesting that, well, it's okay, we're using an electronic collar, which between you and me, that means a shock collar, but it really is just a tap on the shoulder. Be careful about that. If we want to tap dogs on the shoulder, we can say, hey, come over here, or we can literally tap the dog on the shoulder. We don't need to use electric shock. So these trainers who continue to use force are aware that it's becoming illegal, that people are getting smarter, and so they're resorting to more murky euphemisms and obfuscating language to kind of maintain their market share. And so people who are consuming dog training services want to be very critical about that.
Yeah, and that's an incredibly dangerous situation, because the last thing that we want to do is subject our dogs to abuse or bad habits. We
Yes.
need trained professionals who know what they're doing, that's for sure. Now, what are some of the other red flags, though, that you look for? I mean, I know you're against, obviously, an NDA. Walk us through that.
Yes, that's right. So recently, it became apparent that there was a large national franchise, which was not only sort of subjecting dogs and their moms to poor practitioners who were not very well trained, but that they had all these really good reviews. And so it sort of got it, and all of us who were in the profession were always sort of puzzled for many years about how these people could possibly have such good reviews. And it emerged recently that when somebody signs on, so unless you read all the fine print in the agreement that you agree to when you engage their services, that it turns out that if you would like to have a refund, so if that person makes a big mess of your dog and makes them worse or subjects them to something which is inhumane, and then you would like to have your money back, the condition for getting your money back is that you do not disparage them, that you do not post a bad review, you do not hire legal representation. So in other words, you can't sue them, you can't even post a bad review. And that is something which, as it turns out, is actually not legal. You cannot make a terms of service contingent on not providing bad reviews. So not only are they doing something which is kind of immoral, they're actually doing something that's illegal.
Yeah, and flat out scary too. That kind of
Yeah,
control should not fly. Any professional with credentials should not have that fear, right?
right.
So you're
Yeah,
right. That
and
is a red flag.
you have to
Yes.
even be careful about the reviews.
Yes, and so incredibly helpful tips. How can our viewers, because there's so much that you have to share with us, how can they stay on top of what's going on with you and all of the exciting things happening at the Academy for Dog Trainers?
There's a couple of places. So one, the Academy has a website, academyfordogtrainers.com, where people can go to find out about sort of the big program if they're interested at all in becoming a behavior professional. There's also a course offered by the Great Courses, which is Dog Training 101. And that's one that's aimed at people who have their own dogs. So it's not people who are aspiring dog trainers. They don't want to be a professional, but they want to train their dog using the latest and greatest methods. They can go there to the Great Courses and find Dog Training 101.
Well, that sounds inspiring and incredibly helpful. Jean Donaldson of the Academy for Dog Trainers. Thank you so much, Jean. You take care.
Thank you.
And now it is time to share with you some of the most incredible videos out there on the internet now in our Bark Out Loud segment. First up, dog says to his little sister, "You want to play? Come on, come on. You know you want to."
She's not
Let's
big
go.
enough. She
Oh,
can't
not
play.
yet. She can't play yet. Give her a couple months, okay, Buckley? All right, sibling rivalry, no matter the species. Come on, Mom, give me a treat. Ah, yummy, 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 yummy. Look, I got it. You didn't. Yum. Okay, Mom, one more, one more. Dog's looking. No, I don't think so. Pulling the ponytail. There you go, buddy. You win. Life with a golden. Ah, looks like you're finished. I'm just going to go in with my mouth and grab the water bottle. Thank you and goodbye. Did this just happen, says the dog mom? Oh, you betcha. It's so snuggly and cuddly. Put that back, please. You rest on, buddy. I'd like the best possible dog food delivered ASAP, okay? And I won't take no for an answer.
The coolest dog ever, ladies and gentlemen.
Why? Why is he the coolest ever? Give us more info.
Literally carries the bowl onto the couch just so it can eat on the couch while hanging out with us.
Multi-talented. I mean, we did this as a kid, rolling down the hill, and then he goes up, 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 up. And didn't you do that as a kid? I loved it. Rolling down hills, I couldn't get enough. Is he going to do it again? And yes, he is going down the hill. Oh, he's going to try to gnaw through the glass. The glass separates you, buddy. You can't lick or gnaw your way through the glass there. I know. Don't you wish you could? Poor buddy. He needs a treat. I hope he got an extra treat, Mama. Okay. Well, it is time to talk with our next guest in a segment that we call Dog Mom Biz. The incredible Janet Marlow is a dog mom. She is a classically trained musician, a sound behaviorist, and the CEO of Acoustics. She has dedicated her life to exploring the health benefits of sound waves for animals. Janet, we are so excited to talk with you today. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much. Can you believe it? Dog Moms News. I'm so excited to be here. I'm a dog mom, and there's so many people I'd love to share my information with. So thank you for inviting me on.
Thank you, Janet, for making time for us. You have so much wisdom to share with everybody. Tell us about your dog.
I have an English Springer Spaniel named Rigby. He's 9 years old, love of our lives, and he's very, very communicative. He says, "It's my time for a groom. Now it's time for lunch." So I'm well trained.
And you're an awesome dog mom, and you take great care of him. I know that. I imagine you give him the best possible sound therapy out there as well.
It was very interesting. I've just come out with a new product, which I'll share later, called Pet Tunes Pro. And I brought it to the veterinarian to give it to them. And he was very anxious in the exam room. And I said, I'm going to turn this on. And he calmed down immediately, curled up. And it was just so great to see with my own dog.
Medicine, it's like medicine for us. Sound, really, it's incredible. When did your love for dogs actually begin? How did all of this start for you?
Well, I was actually not allowed to have pets as a youngster because I grew up in New York and we couldn't have pets. But it didn't bother me. I took every stray that I saw and brought them home. And my parents said, I'm sorry. So as soon as I was an adult, I started getting as many pets as I could. And so as a performer, I was always surrounded by my dogs and my cats who would come to my side because they were so profoundly affected by the music.
That is so, so sweet, Janet. I mean, and you touched on the music, and I find this to be such an incredible part of your story. You're a fifth generation classically trained musician. So what made you transition into creating music for dogs? How did all this come about?
Well, I've always, I've been a performer and in many concert halls, jazz clubs, outdoor jazz festivals. I mean, the idea of acoustics and bridging music to the human ear and the human experience was very much part of my wheelhouse. So that when I had animals involved in my life, I realized, my God, they were just so profoundly affected, much more. I mean, I would work hard as a performer when you're on stage to get people involved in your music. But with animals, it was an immediate experience. I could see their muscles relax. I could see their ears relaxing. And it brought up a lot of curiosity in my interest in researching out how animals are affected by sound. And that was in 1994. I started contacting universities around the world and asked them, could you please send me your information? How does this work for animals? And they were very generous, and they did. One day, my cat Osborne was deeply injured in the woods, and I rushed him to the vet, and I went to sing to him for 5 days because I knew he loved my voice. And you could see his eyes blinking slowly. And unfortunately, when he passed, I just had to dive into this field, and there was nothing out there really. Veterinarians have a page and a half in their textbooks about hearing, and fast forward 25 years, I've become an expert in how animals hear and how it affects their behavior. And for the dog moms out there, it's when they're home, it's all about their ears.
Wow. That's so helpful for us to know, to truly be in tune with them and what they need. And thank you for sharing that beautiful story about being with your pet and those final moments and creating those memories that you'll cherish forever. I mean, that is just incredibly beautiful. And then taking that loss and saying and believing, listening to your gut, I'm on to something here. Music and sound is therapeutic. So I know you've done a tremendous amount of research. And in the pre-interview, we touched briefly on even how with milk production and cows, like that, even that can help them to produce more milk. So there's really science behind all of this.
Yeah, in the 40s, they used to bring radios into the barns during the war, and they would discover that when the classical music stations were on, that the cows would produce more milk. So that studies has already been researched and proven. At this point, I have biometrically proven all of the music for dogs, cats, and horses. And it's been published. It's very exciting. All of my studies are on the petacoustics.com website if anybody is interested. But I just wanted to share this with your audience because I really, when you go from the caveman to the human, that thing, I think I have that for all of my music. So this was my first cassette. And when I first started experimenting with veterinarians and pet parents, I produced this cassette and would go to everybody and say, please, please try this. And the results became amazing. The anecdotal evidence. And then I went to CDs, and those went all around the world. And then I moved on to my most popular, which is Pet Tunes Canine. So what I provide for dog moms is music that is preloaded in a Bluetooth speaker. It's very small, it's very portable. You can go from the home to the vet, to the car, to the groomer, to your mom's house, or anything where your dog will experience stress. And once the music is playing, they will not feel stressed, because I take music and I move into the frequency and decibel levels of music, and I alter it according to the research that I've done, according to how an animal hears. And for dogs, what happens with sound is that a dog will feel pressure in their ear. So, thunderstorms, fireworks, noise phobias, you drop a pan on the floor and they go into fight or flight. And that's what it is. It's all pressure in their ear. And I think hearing sensitivities in dogs, because they hear twice as much as we do, is one of the most overlooked causes of stress and behavior in canine behavior.
Wow.
And I think it's very important to provide that information. I've been trying to educate pet parents all across the world for quite a few years now. And I also provide, if you're not sure how your dog hears, I provide a free hearing test on the Pet Acoustics website, which I developed because there were only two ways of knowing if your dog had hearing. One was the jingling of the keys behind their head, and the other was going to a special veterinarian that offers, electromagnetic impulses. And who can do that all the time? It costs a lot of money and you have to find it. So all somebody has to do, it takes 1 minute, and there are 3 different levels of hearing. And the dog mom can go on there and test and see their dog, and they will get the result on an email. And if there is an issue, they can share it with their veterinarian.
Wow, that is so fantastic. I mean, to think that you came up with a system that works like this, and also with your product, it's so portable. I mean, kudos to you for figuring out like a product that can just go with us. You showed the kind of 80s cassette, which I'm an 80s girl, I can totally jive with that. But I love Janet, how you've been able to move with the times and take this product and help animals in all these different ways. So you are just doing so many cool and exciting things. I do want to talk with you about, these healing frequencies that you mentioned. Talk to us, like, are there any differences with different dog breeds or from animal to animal? You mentioned horses. I mean, I want to know more about this. I mean, walk us through the specifics. Yeah.
That's such a great question. And this is really the nugget of my research. So if your audience can see, this is human hearing.
Yes.
We think we're cool, but let me tell you, we've got very limited hearing.
We're down there.
This is horse hearing.
Okay.
This is dog hearing. And this is cat hearing. Cats hear 3 times more than we do. Dogs hear 2 times more than we do. So I want people to understand that this whole world of animal hearing that we do not experience, they're experiencing all the time. And if you follow a dog or cat's ears, you'll be able to see exactly that they're capturing frequencies in the air. So if the frequency is high, that's great for survival in nature, but in our homes, it becomes a trigger of stress because they can't go anyplace, they can't run, they don't know what to do. So all of that stress goes into their muscles. And so the music is a way of providing the perfect environment for their hearing range, their comfort hearing range, that can release stress and make them feel safe and connected in their environment. And I do that for pets at home and pets in the veterinarian or in the kennel or in the shelter. I do a lot of work with shelters.
That's wonderful. I mean, really, in our homes, since you mentioned that, I mean, there are noises all around us all the time and frequencies from things like
Yeah.
refrigerators and appliances. And I mean, we've got all of
Absolutely.
this going on. So, if there's anything that we can do to make our pets feel more at ease and to lower that stress level, why not? I'm sure you see so many stressed out canines.
Yes, I do. And it's very simple. You want to tune into what your dog is experiencing. So, for example, if you're walking, if you're home and you know that there's a thunderstorm, definitely provide some music for them. Of course, we would like people to use our music
Yes.
because my music is specifically designed. I'm the only one in the world who does frequency decibel content music. I go into every note that's perfect for a dog and every note that's perfect for a cat. And you can see it. There's videos and lots of research on that. And also there's you want to make sure that you understand that their world is 1 to 3 feet off the ground, and we live in our hearing 5 to 6 feet off the ground. And so there's all kinds of vibrations that are going on from outside and inside the home. And you can see when an animal is stressed and triggered by sound. And don't keep speakers down on the ground on the bare floor. That is not a good thing for them. If a truck goes by, I've known Chihuahua clients of mine that, they will hear the vibration of a truck and they don't know what that is because they only have mono. They only know, I don't like it. I want out of here. And they'll jump
Right.
into bathtubs and cower, for a
Just
half an hour.
desperate,
Or
desperate to get away from it. Right.
people who live in apartment buildings and they're walking, you're not there and you're outside and there's elevators and people going past them. They don't know what that is. And so the identifying of danger or that trigger of stress is an unknown to a dog. And again, if you provide them with the sonic environment of music that's perfect for their hearing, it really does work and puts them in a state of calm. And that's what it's all about.
That's so
I
sweet.
have a new, my latest one, which is just this week, and your audience is seeing it for the first time. Nobody's seen this yet. This is a new speaker, and it's also music, but now I'm incorporating a multi-sensory light changes. So dogs see blues and cats see greens, and there's all kinds of light. It's very calming for them. And it also has nature sounds. So it's called
Wow.
Pet Tunes Pro.
That
It's
is so beautiful. What a
another
wonderful
version. So
product.
for me, it's the passion. As you can hear, I'm starting to talk more and more about
That's
this.
so great.
But it's the passion of helping people, this one niche understanding of animal hearing and how that triggers their behavior. So if you don't understand, it's not the food, it's not the bowl, it's not the walks, it's not anything else. It could be that they are living and hearing too many high frequencies and low frequencies that trigger their behavior.
Oh, that is so helpful. And, just in general, I think that we as humans are so distracted, right? Put down your phones, focus on your dog, look at what they need and observe and play some beautiful music that will just make their lives and yours better. I'm telling you, Janet, when you held up this new product, which by the way, thank you for making us the first to see it.
You've got
I
the
just
scoop.
felt my stress level come down about 10 notches. So you're doing incredible things. And
Thank you.
obviously, I have a lot of questions for you, but we want to share a viewer question, a live question that just came in as well. And we're going to go ahead and put it up on the screen now. This is from Stephanie. And Stephanie asks, just recently, my dog will jump off the couch and run and hide in the bathroom whenever she hears the FaceTime calling sound. Would this be due to a sound wave that she's hearing? What are your thoughts, Janet?
Stephanie, if you're listening, that is an excellent observation. That goes back to this idea of there being a frequency that becomes a pressure in the inner ear of the dog that triggers their brain to say danger. And so that happens, and you want to address that, maybe lower your volume level if you're on FaceTime a lot. But that is exactly what happens for a dog when they're listening to sounds that are in that alert level frequency.
Wow. Are there any similar sounds to the FaceTime sound, or can we make any connections or take it beyond that? Or is it just kind of a sound by sound thing and kind of watching your dog's cues?
I had a dog that unfortunately was in the house when the smoke detector went off,
Oh,
which is completely not good for us, not good for them. And then 6 months later, we were outside and a red-winged blackbird was squawking, and it was the exact same pitch of that smoke detector. And so animals have memory, and he totally freaked out about it because it was the same pitch. So
wow. Like
they
a feeling
live
of almost PTSD almost. That
exactly.
sound triggered an emotion and a
Well,
memory.
a lot of shelter animals, when they come into a new home, if they've been abused by a male and the male husband comes into play and they may not want to be near that person. And I often consult with people and I say he's going to have to talk in a higher pitch for a little while until the dog learns that sense of safety.
There you
So
go.
sound is a very profound trigger of behavior.
It is. Wow. Janet Marlow, you have shared so much incredible information today. Thank you so much for your time. You're musical. Do you still play the guitar? Do you still sing?
Love the guitar. Love to entertain my beautiful dog, Rigby.
Oh, Rigby. Do you have a favorite dog song? You ain't nothing but a hound dog? You're fantastic, Janet. Thanks for playing along.
Thank you,
And
Corrina.
you're wonderful. We wish you much success, and we thank you for your time today.
You're
Janet
very
Marlow
welcome.
of Pet Acoustics. Take care,
Thank you.
Janet.
Thank you.
Well, our staff has been spending lots of time scouring the internet looking for the best dog memes, and I am always so impressed with what they find, and it's one of the highlights of my week. So let's go ahead and enjoy some dog meme time. First up, he loves digging holes and then sitting in them and staring at everybody like, yeah, I did this. You have a problem with it? I call him Dog Boss. Next up, this one from Jessie Getzinger. She says, whenever I feel slightly sad, I just look at this Vanessa Cooper painting of some dogs politely about to enjoy a caterpillar cake. Very whimsical, very light and airy and fun. They're like, look at them though. Some of them have like forks. They're like, caterpillar cake, caterpillar cake. All right. This one from that mom though, me. In or out? Dog. Yep. Me. Which one? Dog. You bet. Work with me, Fido. Which one? Okay, this next one, look at just like the picture of this dog, makes me laugh, but what this meme says is really even funnier. This is me when I'm 25 beers deep and the Uber driver turns around and he asks me, is right here okay? It's like, have you seen my face? Yeah, don't think so. And the next one from B and S, total sweetness here. I seriously cannot even. Today's daycare photo of my girl who is absolutely smitten with Georgie, the Great Dane. The face says it all. It sure does. Look at that sweet little smile. Like, look at the love in it. Awesome. And lastly, me, OMG, I just saw your text. It's been a crazy day. Also me, yeah, like this dog wrapped in swaddling blankets, retreating from a crazy and overstimulated world. Our quote of the week, be the dog, be the person rather. You can't be the dog, okay, people? The quote of the week, be the person your dog thinks you are, which they're crazy about you. If you didn't know it, they love you and we do too. All right. So we want to encourage you that if you love what you're seeing here, you can get more of this. Okay. You can go on YouTube and like and subscribe and ring the bell. And when you're on YouTube, you will find that we have so many memes videos. We have so many funny videos. So the bark out louds, we have lots of them. I mean, we can't believe that we're 11 episodes in, y'all. This is amazing. How awesome is this? Dog Mom News Live, making strides and really gaining traction. But I want to encourage you to do that. Go on, like and subscribe and ring the bell, because then you'll find out when we have that new content released, and you're going to enjoy it. You most certainly won't regret it. And then we appreciate it because it helps us grow. But speaking of great content, we want to make sure that you know about our Dog Mom News Premium membership. It is amazing, and it includes so much. With this membership, you get monthly prizes, contests, and giveaways. You get expert dog training tips from top trainers. You get dream vacation getaways, a chance at one at least. You get expert dog tips and pet health, exclusive access to our premium Facebook group, expert dog grooming tips, helpful tips from dog nutritionists. I mean, we're talking cute apparel too that's custom, not to mention discounts and coupons and free stuff in the doggy world. I mean, this membership is jam-packed with valuable information that's designed to improve the bond between you and your dog. And listen up, for a limited time, we are offering a 14-day free trial. So be sure to go and head on over to dogmomnews.com/contests, or premium rather in this case. You can hear about contests there too, but /premium, and sign up for your free trial. We're sure that you are going to love it. All right, everyone, the time has finally come. We want to announce our winners of the National Dog Moms Day photo and video contest. And we have just been so impressed by all of you. We have had the most amazing entries come in. So you can only imagine how difficult a job this was to pick winners, but we did it because we said we would, and because we want to give you awesome, awesome prizes. But we want to go ahead and pull up some of these pictures first, the photo contest entries. I mean, just look at this, like mother, like dog, all this matching cuteness, all these cuddles, and dogs who just adore their dog moms. And that's what this contest was all about. Show us how your dog shows you love. So we have lots of moms cuddled in with their canines, enjoying the beach, enjoying the lake. I mean, the cuteness was off the charts. But we had to choose one winner, even though it was hard. So drum roll, please. And the winner of our photo contest for National Dog Moms Day 2023 is Eliana Martinez and her pups, Diesel and Bella. Congratulations, Eliana. We are so, so excited that you're a part of our Dog Mom movement. And we're also thankful that you are a new and active member in the Dog Moms News Facebook group. So make sure you, dog moms, join our special community for dog moms as well, so that you can stay on top of all the amazing things happening with Dog Mom News. You can also go on and then share adorable videos and pictures of your pups. And we really have an amazing community. Now, we want to get to the winner of our video contest as well for National Dog Moms Day. And we're going to go ahead and check out some of those videos right now. I mean, I can't get enough of you all. I mean, this is so, so much fun. Look at this. Jam in now when your dog's your #1 fan. Lyric and Jean needed a little help there with breathing, but getting lots of treats and love from Mama. Kirsten and Aussie Arena. Look, I mean, just the sweetest dogs of all different breeds and all walks of life. Love it. Oh, give me your paw. Love it. Isabel Sanchez and Una, what do you have for us? Rolling around, kisses for the camera, and Heather and Oakley playing outside. Look at this guy. So much fun. Tanya Canop and Whiskey cuddling in. Cuddles abound everywhere they go. Janae Peanut and Oreo. That's a fitting name for Oreo. This is the perfect name for you. Oh, April and Bailey. paddleboarding with your dog? Yes, please. I just went paddleboarding on Sunday. And I said, I'm going to get Louie out there. Stephanie and Henry. Oh, high five. And bathing and playing in the pool. Of course, he loves her. Lisa, Mason, and Bert. Brett. Yeah. Okay. Playing Wanda and Coco. Oh, I know. It's the best. I agree, Wanda. And look how much Coco loves you. Kaylee, Fish, and Biscuit. Wow, hiking outside, logs, no problem for mom and dog. Oh, it's an out of this world kind of love. Oh, those videos are amazing. But we had to pick just one winner. It's only fair. So drum roll again. Here we go. You all have been so patient. And our big winner is Stephanie and her dog, Lily. Stephanie and Lily enjoy lots of fun together. And look at this. Lily's getting all suited up and playing outside. And Stephanie loves with feeding. And then here's one of the most impressive things that Lily does. I just want you to take a really close look here, dog moms. No messes. Lily is so skilled at putting her toys away. Hashtag goals. Louie's going to start doing this. I'm going to figure this out. Lily is an inspiration. I love this. Stephanie and Lily, you are amazing. Thank you for all of you awesome dog moms participating in this contest and for watching the show. We are so impressed by you and we are so inspired by you, and that's why we do what we do, because we care so much about your pups and we care about you. And so thank you so much for joining the movement and for tagging along on the journey with us. All right, everyone, we had an incredible show today. We talked to Jean Donaldson from the Academy for Dog Trainers. We also spoke with Janet Marlow from Pet Acoustics, and they shared a whole wealth of information. We had the best time talking about training for dog trainers and how sound can be healing for pets. So hopefully you enjoyed the show as much as we did. We also want to have you mark your calendars for next week's show because it's going to be another amazing lineup. We want to go ahead and pull up the graphic now with who we're going to have. We are going to have Krista Karpowicz. She is on staff with Dr. Judy Morgan. We are also going to hear from Patty Zeller. And Patty is, she's actually with the Animal Connection in Charlottesville, Virginia. Now, this is a company, a pet food store that's been serving up natural and holistic pet care products for years with a little dash of Southern hospitality. So be sure to tune in next Thursday so that you can hear from our next set of amazing guests. Thank you so much for joining us for our live show today. We want to remind you that the fun does not have to stop here. We want you to stay on top of all things Dog Mom News on dogmomnews.com and also on social media. You can give us comments. You can like us, of course, and subscribe, as we said, to stay on top of all of the great content that we're putting out there. On YouTube, you should also subscribe and ring the bell so that you're among the first to know when we put that fresh content out there. But we also want to invite you to interact with the show. So if you happen to be on social media and you see a story that you think we should include in doggy headlines or a really funny meme or a really funny video, go ahead and tag us at Dog Mom News. And of course, for more information about our contests or the premium membership that we mentioned, you can go to dogmomnews.com. So we appreciate your time today. We thank you for being the awesome dog mom that you are. And be sure to join us next week, same pup time, same pup channel. For all of us at Dog Mom News Live, I'm Corrina Sullivan. Thanks so much for watching.